Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Charles, aka the Plant Bender, and in today's video I'm actually going to be asking you guys for some help and some suggestions. I have 3 plants here that I'm going to show you today that are struggling, and no matter what I've tried, it's been a constant fight between them basically dying off and me regrowing them again because I refuse to give up on them, to them just not really doing much at all. So let's jump in with this video. The first plant is going to be this guy. This Silvery and SCINDAPSUS. I know he's in the cutest little pot. However, this plant and another one I'm going to show you came from the same place, and it's that same kind of not so great plant nursery that I have in town that I've kind of discussed previously. But this Silvery and SCINDAPSUS, I don't know if you guys would believe me, I've had this plant for 2 years, and this is, I think it's maybe put out, I think this is new growth right here. This is like the size of the plant when I bought it. It's actually lost some leaves, it's lost a few leaves, but it's just, and this is watered. Like, it's droopy. I watered it 2 days ago. The soil is still moist. I don't know what to do. I've tried putting it in sphagnum moss. It has a really nice root system. I don't know if it's just like a super slow grower. I don't know if it's a lighting issue. This does live back there above my bed where the Pikachu is. Camera's not really gonna focus, but back there. So it doesn't necessarily get bright light, but it does get, I think, adequate lighting. Maybe you guys can help me out. Maybe I should take it out this pot, put it in something else. Let me know your thoughts. Do you struggle with these? The second plant, which you probably won't be surprised. So this plant looks beautiful right now. And that is the silver satin SCINDAPSUS or pothos. I group them all the same. As you can see, this plant looks great for the most part. These leaves, massive. Like, this is my hand that's that leaf. Like, massive, beautiful plant. However, I bought this plant from that same nursery with the 2 leaves it had are actually dead. And I think this leaf was on it. So it had 3 leaves. The other 2 died, probably within 2 weeks. This leaf. This is all I've gotten, and I will say it's beautiful, but this vine, this is a year of growth. A year of growth. I took it out of the pot it originally came in because the soil wasn't good, everything just, Put it in this terracotta pot because I didn't want to overwater it. It's loving the pot, it's just growing so slow. This guy actually gets great lighting. He lives on a shelf right here by the window, gets great lighting around a lot of other vining plants that are doing great. This is beautiful. This one vine though, I'm so afraid to cut it, to propagate it, to maybe try to fill in the top and have it start like that because it took so long just to get these leaves. So I don't know, maybe there's something I can do. Maybe it's a humidity thing, maybe it's a lighting issue. But if you have like a big lush one, please tell me how. I want it to look like, you know, my heartleaf philodendron, my pride and joy back there. So hopefully any suggestions help me out with that one. And lastly, this is another, I guess, common plant that
A few moments later.
That a lot of people kind of have. I've seen beautiful ones. The Philodendron Brazil. This is what's left of my once lush Philodendron Brazil that was beautiful, who now has this one lonely vine. It's growing, it's thriving, it has some new growth. The leaves are really small, as you can see, compared to its older leaves. It has some new growth up here, but this guy, there used to be 2 vines in here, and they just died. I think it was an issue of overwatering on my part, and it not being in the greatest spot for light, so I think it was staying wet, but I have a trouble even getting these guys to propagate. I don't know if it's just me, if they just hate me, but they just do not propagate for me like other, you know, vining philodendrons or pothos or anything else do. If you guys have any suggestions, I know I'm gonna have to chop her up if I want a fuller pot, but I'm so scared I might just live with like the longest one vine Philodendron Brazil because like I said, this is growing, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have an update on that later. But any suggestions, guys, please help me out. Comments below. Messages are open on Instagram. So if there's any suggestions, please let me know. And until next time, it's the Plant Bender.